have seen and are continuing to see is a number of people within the Republican establishment recognizing that. It's why Donald Trump could put out that list of donors this week. It's why the continuing discussions with Paul Ryan are so important. But the reality is, as he goes into Cleveland with 1,237 delegates and more, he is going to be the nominee of the party, and that's plain math.
And let's talk about Paul Ryan for a moment. He comes to Cleveland, second in line in presidential succession. He comes to Cleveland as the...
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination. We're waiting for a Donald Trump news conference scheduled to begin later this hour, right at the bottom of the hour, we're told, and we'll bring that to you live. CNN's delegate estimate now puts Donald Trump at 1,237 delegates. That's the exact number needed to secure the Republican presidential nomination. Trump was put over the top by unbound delegates who now tell CNN they plan to vote for him at the Republican convention in Cleveland. We will have full in-depth coverage and analysis throughout this hour. We'll also bring you any reaction we're getting from the Democratic presidential frontrunner Hillary Clinton, who's campaigning this hour in Las Vegas. You're looking at live pictures there. Let's bring in our panel. First of all, to discuss what's going on, Donald Trump officially clinching from our estimate, the Republican presidential nomination. We have our CNN chief political correspondent, Dana Bash, is with us. Our senior political reporter, Nia Malika Henderson, is here. Our CNN political director, David Chalian, and John King, our chief national correspondent, the anchor of Inside Politics. All right, David, walk us through. It's now, from our vantage point, official for all practical purposes. He has the nomination. He's got the majority of delegates he needs to win that nomination.
That's right. 1237 was that magic number we've been shooting for throughout this entire election season. Which Republican was going to get there? That's 50% plus one of the delegates needed to secure the nomination. And you were right to note that this is, how can this happen on a day without a primary or caucus? It's because CNN has been reporting out how these unbound delegates who are not, their vote on the convention floor is not related necessarily to a primary or caucus result. They're free agents, if you will. We've been reporting out, talking to them, finding out where they've been. Some of them were previously just uncommitted. Some of them were committed to other candidates who have since dropped out, but have now moved to Trump's column. With those reports coming back in, he crosses that magic number, and he has all but secured the nomination. He won't officially become the nominee, Wolf, until the votes are cast on the convention floor in Cleveland in July, but he will keep that presumptive nominee title that he's been using for the last little bit, and he has clinched now. I just think if we had said a year ago that Donald Trump would be clinching the Republican nomination before the Democratic nomination race was over, everyone would think we were crazy.
Or clinching the nomination at all, right? I mean, it was a surprise that he got in. People didn't necessarily